Hey guys, it's Hamza, and in today's video, I'm gonna talk about some of the biggest mistakes people are making while flipping homes. Now, if you guys are watching this video, some of you may have considered investing in real estate and may also have considered flipping your first home. I'm here to tell you that there is money to be made when flipping homes, but you have to be careful, and I'm gonna go over 10 mistakes that I see new flippers make when buying and selling flips. You have to understand that flipping homes is just like any other business. You have to be careful, you have to be wise, and you have to have a proper plan of action. That being said, I have seen many people make mistakes when they buy their first flip. I myself have flipped a couple of homes, and it took me a few homes to really perfect the process. But before we get into the video, please smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. And with that, let's jump right into the video. So like I said earlier, I often see first-time investors make a bunch of mistakes, and these can be easily avoided. There's a lot of information out there that you guys can access freely right here on YouTube and on my channel. So all I ask is that you guys do your research before considering to buy your first flip. Not everything HGTV says is true. The first and most common mistake people make when buying a flip is not having enough money. And I bet you guys are wondering, what do you mean not having enough money? I mean, you have enough money to close the home. That should be enough money. You have a budget. That is where a lot of people actually fall into the trap of not having enough money. Remember, whenever you assess damage for a home when buying a flip, always add an additional 20% to every line item for your budget. And why, you may ask? Although you guys have set a budget and talked to multiple vendors and gotten your pricing, always expect the unexpected. I've done a few flips in the past, and all of them have gone over budget by at least 10 to 15%. So get your money right and have at least 20% over what your rehab cost is gonna be. That way, you are guaranteed to be in a safe spot in case things don't go the way you originally planned. Mistake number 2 that I see flippers make is not having a business plan. And a lot of you may think that home flipping does not require a business plan, but I guarantee you that all successful home flippers that do more than 2 flips a month have a structured business plan. What this business plan allows them to do is have a structured budget and timeline, maximizing their return on investment. Now remember, in your business plan, you have to calculate all your expenses, including the carry. The carry is basically the carrying cost of you holding that property for 6 months or more, just depending on the rehab. Mistake number 3 is forgetting to purchase property insurance. No matter how quickly you plan on getting in and out of that property, remember to always carry property insurance. You really never know when you may need it along the line, and it's relatively inexpensive. And in my personal experience, this has saved me at least one time. So I learned from that, and I always carry property insurance no matter how quickly I plan on getting in and out of the property. Also remember that your insurance can be prorated by the day. So if you finish your project earlier than you originally anticipated, you can get a refund on your property insurance. Mistake number 4 is choosing the wrong partner to invest with. Now this one I have a lot of stories on, but I'm not gonna get into that in this video. What I am gonna tell you that it is very important to build a trusted team, and that team would include people such as realtors, insurance agents, inspectors, appraisers, and your contractors. Now obviously, do not go into a flip without having the right team in place. If you plan on flipping homes long term and plan on doing multiple flips, I personally advise taking the time up front and building a strong team to work with. This is gonna pay dividend in the long term. Plus, if your team knows that you're gonna be doing multiple projects, they will be motivated to work with you. Mistake number 5 is not understanding your market. It's very important that you understand the market you operate in. As a flipper, the last thing you want to do is spend too much money or over rehab a deal to where it's not rentable and it's not sellable for the money that you put into it. So before you start buying flip deals, I want you to go take a look at all the completed deals in the neighborhood that are for sale or available for rent in that area. Once you see what everybody in the neighborhood is using, chances are most of them are using the same type of countertops, cabinets, trims, flooring, and fixtures. So you can actually narrow down your rehab line items by just looking at what everybody around you is using. And this is probably the fastest way to identify products and vendors for your flip project. At number 6, we have not defining your exit strategy. If you look around at every successful flipper that has done over 50 flips, they always have an exit strategy, and it's part of their business plan. Planning to hold a property for 3 months and selling it is just not realistic. Your exit strategy should be right at 6 to 9 months. And you have to calculate your carry based on that number. Now, there are some instances where you can flip a property in a very short amount of time, but those cases are very unique. So in general, always anticipate at least 6 months and at the most 9 months as your exit strategy for that flip. At number 7, we have fear of delegating. Now, this is true for all entrepreneurs and all businesses. But I really want you to take some time and create a process and build the right team to where you can delegate with confidence. This way, you don't need to worry about what work is being done and how much time is being spent on your property. You've built a reliable team and a process, and now it's time for you to delegate. What you need to be thinking about is selling this property and moving on to the next one. And in order to focus on the big picture, it's always better to delegate the day-to-day tasks. I personally have my general contractor take before and after videos of each room once it's complete. This helps me understand any challenges that they're facing and also track their progress. Mistake number 8. This one's actually my favorite. It's overconfidence. Guys, never be overconfident when buying a flip. There is always gonna be something hidden that you missed at your inspection. And also, there was a reason that that deal was sold to you under value. I've actually seen overconfident home flippers not do certain things and skip those processes in order to finish a property quickly. And this could be by skipping things that are not visible to the naked eye or using bad quality materials. And in almost every case, I can guarantee that they had to redo that job, which ended up costing them more money. Mistake number 9 is one that I have been victim to many a time, just depending on supply and demand, and it's not really something that you can control all the time, and that is paying too much for materials. Now, of course, in certain cases, time is of the essence, meaning you are willing to pay a little bit more for materials to get ahead on time, which in my opinion is okay. If you had to pay just a little bit more to get ahead and were able to complete the project quicker, in my opinion, that is okay. But what I'm talking about here is paying too much for material. So the way I tackle that is I always get 3 bids from 3 separate vendors, and I generally have wholesale accounts with all of them. This way, I have a clear picture on pricing of all the materials, and I know exactly when they're gonna be on the job site. And finally, mistake number 10, not being patient enough. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Home flipping is all about speed. The faster you get in and out, the more money you make. And you're absolutely right. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is having patience when you build your team and when you put in that initial work to create that process and the structure on how you're going to operate this business. Because remember, even though this might be your first flip, chances are you're going to want to flip many properties in the near future. And if you do one successful flip, I guarantee you your next flip will be sooner than you think. So be patient. Build a reliable team, network with the right people, create a good structure, and once that's all in place, be ready to delegate. If you guys are still watching, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys next video.